In this video, I'm going to explain about the brushes and tools that you can use with acrylic paints. Now, you probably think, well, okay, brushes, that makes a lot of sense. I prefer to use nylon brushes. These are Daler-Rowney brushes. They're called Graduate Range. I think they're really good. I'm not sure if they're available all over the world. I will try and find that out and put a link in the description. I like them because um, they just work really well. They're not that expensive. And I, in general, tend to use nylon bristle brushes, which I think works very well with acrylic paint. I do have a few bristle brushes, which I use occasionally. They're much stiffer, as you can see. This is a nylon and this is bristle, so it's a lot stiffer. But I do use them occasionally. This is also bristle. Now, as you can see, each of them is a different shape, and they have funny names, like this is called a bright, the one that's cut off at the end. This is called a filbert, which is round and sort of flat. This is called a round, but quite honestly, they've got such funny names. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just work out the ones that you like to use. They also come in lots of different sizes, and a very strange way of working out the size is with numbers that, unless you know them really well, don't make any sense at all. So try and, if you buy them online, try and use a website that has the size next to them. Otherwise, it's really confusing. Other brushes I use, and I tend to use quite large brushes, are painter's brushes. Really cheap painter's brushes. And I like using large brushes because if you paint expressively, you want to not get lost in the detail, and it's very easy to get lost in the detail if you use little brushes. So, to avoid that, have a few large brushes in your toolkit. What else? Lots of people have heard of palette knives, and there are all sorts of different shapes. I prefer metal palette knives as opposed to the plastic ones, which aren't very bendy. These are lovely and bendy. As I say, there are different shapes according to how you like to use them. I'm very fond of this particular shape. I'm not sure if it's got a name. I use that a lot. And the thing to do is to really practice with making marks with all of these tools, actually, but I will go on to in another video to show you how I would use them. So palette knives. Then we've got various sort of spatula type things. You can buy artists variety spatula type things. This is by a company called Catalyst. It's a little bit bendy. You hold it like that and you can move paint around quite easily. I happen to really like something that you might find in your kitchen, which is just a cook spatula. It's very bendy and it's got a curved edge and a pointed edge, and you can do lots of wonderful marks with these, and I love them, and I have got a link in my description of where you can get these. They're very cheap to buy and they are so effective. There's also, again, this is from the same company, Catalyst. It's another. It's not a spatula, is it? I can't remember what it's called, but it's a sort of similar thing. But in all honesty, sorry, Catalyst, I think that one's better. And then a couple of other things that you can use. Tools. I'm just calling these tools. These are also from the kitchen. Cake decorating tools with teeth, so you can make interesting marks, and basically pretty much anything can be used as a tool. You just have to use your imagination. I've got various brayers which are absolutely hopeless for printmaking because they've got so much paint on them, but these are really useful as well. And I use bits and pieces from my garden. So this is a stick. I often use grasses to paint with. So anything, anything can be used as a tool. So I hope that helps. Don't be afraid to experiment, and in the next video I'll show you how each one of these works and how I would go about using paint with these sorts of tools. See you on the next video.